Так. Продолжаем проходить Disco Elysium. Мы близки к финалу. Близки, ну не то чтобы прям вот... Не то чтобы это последний стрим. Все-таки, мне кажется, Руди или Руби, которая сейчас главная подозреваемая, она, мне кажется, не убийца. Потому что они хорошо, вот тот тип отзывался, который вот там вот стоит около грузовика. Ну, вообще они все хорошо отзывались, по сути. Я хочу поговорить с Эвраром, поэтому пойду сейчас туда. Да, мне, кстати, еще интересно, будет ли еще продвигаться наша история по поводу этого, по поводу вообще моих отношений.
This is the night watchman's booth. The name on the door reads, René Arnaud. René left his uniform neatly folded on the table. Generally speaking, it would be dishonorable to take it. But then, it looks like a military uniform, and wearing that is very honorable. So, a conflict of honor, it's up to you.
Слушай, он уже умер. Какая ему разница?
I suppose René is not going to be needing it anymore. It's a bit too colorful for my taste, though.
Так моя охеренность станет запредельной.
Fantastic. Try not to wear it with other similarly colorful clothes, okay?
Мундир. +1 к национальной гордости. Заревашоль. Гордый националист. Что это мне дает, блин? +1 скорость реакции. Ну, тут хотя бы понятно, что это дает. Что в этом контейнере?
You're back before the cargo container. Its drawer has not lessened since you were last here. If anything, it seems to have grown slightly.
Погоди-ка. Кажется, здесь делать нечего, но... А если мы наденем все для риторики? Мозг бомжа — это минус. У меня сейчас риторика не очень, да, я так понимаю? У меня логика хорошая, в принципе. А для риторики вообще ничего нет. Только одна вещь. Типа, если я надену белую рубашку, к примеру, повысив один пункт риторики, Насколько это увеличит мои шансы?
You're back before the cargo container. Its draw has not lessened since you were last here. If anything, it seems to have grown slightly.
Ладно, пока что отступим. А мог бы еще, конечно, что-то принять, чтобы улучшить на пару, на 1 балл или на пару показатели риторики, но все равно шансы очень низкие.
Mr. Dubois, every worker.
Член правления.
That's right, Mr. Dubois. I see the socialist democratic fervor now burns in your heart too. How can I help you today?
Что это к чему? Что сделал? Какое дело? О чем вообще? О чем эта вот реплика? С чем она связана? Я все сделал, Эврар. Теперь дело станет совсем подозрительным.
What?
Варево. Подозрительное. Очень подозрительное варево.
Oh, how could I forget your little side project? Well done, Harry. Well done. Don't even tell me what it was. But good job. I love it when workers take the initiative like this.
So do I. That's one tasty brew. You should drink some right now, if you can.
Я отправил подписанные документы.
No, you didn't. I know the mailman, Harry. I know everyone and everything that happens in this town, and I know there's no letter in that mailbox yet.
Ах ты сволочь.
Just like I know you'll get it done. Once you stop horsing around, let me know when it's done.
Вы говорите о рыбацкой деревне?
Yes, yes, the little cul-de-sac on the coast, where all the men have drowned, in either the sea or the bottle. A gloomy place, doesn't have that union attitude.
Давайте сменим тему.
By all means, Harry. What's on your mind?
Не хотите спросить меня, как я здесь оказался? Не знаю, эту реплику ему надо было спрашивать в самом начале вообще наших отношений с ним, но я не использовал ее. Но она не была использована, в общем-то. Я хочу посмотреть, какие там будут реплики. Так что не хотите спросить меня, как я здесь оказался?
Honestly, I didn't want to bring it up, Harry. I heard you have become Measurehead's race pupil.
Это был тактический прием. Мне нужно было как-то сюда пробраться. Это не значит, что я теперь расист.
Of course, Harry. Of course. You're not some kind of a fantastic racist now. And rest assured, no one's going to hear about it. No one's going to know what you did with race there, Harry. Your race bonanza is safe with me. Word of how racy it got will never leave Martinez. Anyway, I assure you, I am a very well-informed man. Information reaches me before I even get the chance to request it.
Ладно, мне надо идти, но мы еще поговорим. Я пока не знаю, стоит ли мне потакать ему и отправлять это письмо с подписями. Подписи-то я собрал, но стоит ли мне, блин, выполнять этот квест до конца? И вот этот контейнер тоже интересно, что там. Так, вообще, что мне надо сделать? Мне надо... Может быть, тут в контейнере как раз-таки ружье. Спрашивайте о Руби в деревне. Ладно, пойдем в деревню. Пока будем более такие проходимые вещи делать. Когда уже совсем припрет, можно будет все это, все другое поделать. Ну, все другое, в смысле, побочные все вот эти вот проверки. Но так. Да, и вот что мы никак не узнаем про его взаимоотношения с женой.
The payphone hangs mutely on the wall. There isn't much more to do here.
Ну... Фритте, 3Т, теперь понятно. Что понятно? О, вот этого не было доступно раньше. Бутылка с амфетамином.
A lorry abandoned by its owner, stuck in the interminable traffic jam. The smell of cigarettes and perfume welcomes you. The cabin inside is plastered with old movie posters. Actresses smile from the walls. There's a radio transmitter in the front and a toolbox tucked under the driver's seat. Some tools lie scattered near the pedals. There's something odd about the passenger seat. The seating fabric has been pulled tight over the lower side of the seat where the toolbox should be.
Ну это уже делал, все, ладно.
You close the rusty old lorry door.
Aye, the sea's gonna calm down soon. I can feel it. The wind is turning southeast. What's on your mind, officer?
Why does she care about the waves so much?
Что у тебя за отношения с волнами?
What is it with waves and fishermen? We need to be out there with them, fishing, making a living. So I asked them to accommodate me. But until that happens, I can try to assist you the best I can. So, what will it be, officer?
На самом деле я ищу кое-кого еще.
Oh? Who?
Я разыскиваю подозреваемого, который мог останавливаться где-то по соседству.
Okay. When did this person stay here?
Совсем недавно, в последние несколько дней. Возможно, она прибыла сюда в пятницу.
Oh. I've been out on the sea for most of the past week. The weather's been good for fishing, so I usually start at 4 in the morning.
Серьезно?
Yes, that's the optimal time. Got to make the most of the calm. I've been sleeping like a corpse after. The sea really takes its toll. Now I'm just waiting for the wind to settle to get out there again. Sorry I couldn't help you out. Maybe I can help you find someone else.
Ладно, нет. Больше никого не ищу.
Well, how can I assist you then, officer?
Ну, еще ты мне еще пригодишься потом. Увидимся. Мы еще с тобой болтаем.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with?
Не видели ли где-нибудь на побережье рыжеволосую женщину по имени Руби?
Nay, I haven't seen anyone lately.
Ладно, ну вы знаете, о ком я говорю?
This is my little cinder block town. I know what goes on around here.
She's being evasive. She knows something.
There was a murder in Martinez. She might be a suspect. We would appreciate your help.
Would you now? I know how this world works, and it doesn't work when people tell on each other.
Вы ведь что-то знаете. Мы здесь, чтобы помочь.
Aye, that you are, Dark Omen. Help yourselves and your organization. Help the storm clouds gather on the horizon.
Ясно. Вы что-то знаете, но не хотите нам рассказывать.
There's not much to tell. People come and go. Now, was there something else?
I see, ma'am. I hope you don't mind if we look around anyway.
You should look around your shack. Maybe she's rented it out to others too.
Ладно, до свидания. Так. Кстати говоря,
An old mirror hangs on the wall.
почему
You
так
see the
низкий
reflection
шанс?
of your face in it,
Энциклопедия.
such as it is. A regular, clean-shaven police officer.
Ладно, пока. Ничего.
On the table, you see a bowl of water, a rough soap, and next to it, a small hand mirror. A straight razor soaks inside the wash basin. As you look at the floorboards in this corner of the shack, it's clear one of them isn't quite level with the others. The edge of a floorboard next to it looks scratched.
Отодвинем.
Hollow space underneath the floorboards is dark and damp. You can barely make out the mixture of sand and sawdust below.
Что у нас тут такое?
Nothing particular catches your eye. Looks like more reeds. There might be something hidden inside the sand, though. Something bad. Someone's night thoughts. A last resort. A bad idea.
Ну-ка, покопаемся.
You stick your hand in and start combing through the sand. Dry, not like outside. Fine dust. And then something hard wrapped in paper.
Что же там? Что же это?
A small cylindrical object. You pull it out. A bullet.
Патрон. Любопытно.
The floorboard doesn't care. But maybe the washerwoman does. You have enough to confront her with. It's extra ammunition. She's locked and loaded, ready to fight some cops. Holding the bullet, you get the feeling this isn't ammunition against you. It's for herself.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with?
Почему под половицами вашей хижины была спрятана пуля?
Damn that girl.
A bullet? You didn't put it there, did you? She did.
Gone and hid things in there? She's usually a good tenant, and not a stupid one either.
Вы сдали ей комнату?
Yes, I let my room to that Ruby girl. As I've done before when she's been in trouble or just looking for solitude. I've made it clear. We welcome all kinds of people here.
Когда это было?
She came last Friday, left on Monday in a hurry. What has she gotten herself into, that girl?
She seems genuinely worried about her previous tenant. She's seen her hiding out from trouble before. But this seems different.
That's for the police to find out. Right then, please answer each question to the best of your ability. I'm sure we have a few.
Сказали, она ушла в понедельник?
Yes, early with the dogs, around 8 o'clock, I think.
Комната осталась нетронутой после ее ухода?
I cleaned it, like I always do.
Нашли там что-нибудь?
No.
The truth, sire.
А какая она, эта Руби?
She's good company. Knows how to talk to an old woman. At my age, you don't get a lot of quality conversation. So I really appreciate that about her.
This Ruby is an old lady whisperer. She knows how to work the village elder, unlike you.
Did she talk to you much during her last stay?
No, she was mostly silent this time. Kept to herself.
О чем это вы?
She tried not to let it show, but I could tell she hadn't come to fish. Usually she likes to cast a few lines, but this time she mostly stayed in her room.
She wanted to talk to her, as they usually do, but she was brooding.
Как вы думаете, почему она оставила пулю там?
How would I know? She's a gruff one, but not violent. She doesn't go around toting a gun.
Ну, я сомневаюсь, что это она убила ее. Они все хорошо отзываются.
You could ask her about your hunch, that it was a desperate measure.
Ну, или
See if she
если...
thinks Ruby fits the bill.
Ну, или если даже это она убила его, то, наверное, был повод. То есть она не выглядит отрицательным, типа, главным антагонистом она не выглядит. Мне на ум приходит одно возможное объяснение.
I do tell.
Это план побега.
Exit from what?
Из жизни.
The lieutenant stops writing for a moment. He looks at you, then at the old woman.
No, she's a fighter.
She really believes that.
Ладно, а было у нее с собой какое-нибудь оборудование, типа радио?
Not that I know of, though she was into nice music. She once showed me a few mixtape millions she'd made. Although I guess she was pretty handy with the mechanical and technical stuff. Even fixed the heater in the shack. You should be thankful for that.
И куда она направилась?
I don't know. Further up the coast. She tried to leave quietly, but the hinges on that door screeched like a cat in heat. Woke me up. I heard her rushing in those heavy boots, heading up north. You'll never find her, you know. She knows the coast like the back of her hand. You only just arrived.
I wouldn't worry about that, man. We are persistent.
Что ж, тогда вперед, вверх по берегу.
Are you sure you would rather stay here? Get a nice cozy fire going in the heater? Seems like a better idea to me.
The failed electric neuron. You feel like you should go look at it again. Step closer this time.
Ладно, до свидания.
One thing, officer. If you do find her, please go easy on her.
She really means it. It's an honest plea.
Окей.
She's a good girl. Whatever she's gotten herself mixed up in.
Ну, я это понял уже. Ну, то есть, она реально, ну, они все отзываются как о хорошем человеке. То есть, я не думаю, что она антагонист. А чё мне надо... О. Отверстие в бетоне. Что это? Канализация?
The light vanishes inside the concrete slit. The structure goes deep under the earth.
Что там?
Maybe it's just a storm drain for the sewer.
Ким, как думаешь, что там?
No idea. Could be connected to one of the buildings around here.
Как думаешь, Руби может быть там? Как думаешь, Руби может быть там, внизу?
We might find her down somewhere. There's an old storm drain system beneath Martinez that's mostly collapsed. Revachol sewage system has been built and rebuilt 4 or 5 times now. In conclusion, she could be under any building.
Но не там.
I hope not.
Хо!
There's no echo and no answer.
Ладно. Я забыла, что мне надо, чтобы помочь этому. Эй, камону. Эй, камон, эй, камон. И что мне надо, чтобы помочь вот этой тоже, кстати?
Yes, what is it?
Логика. Но я не знаю про серость. Даже при том, что у меня логика неплохо, по-моему, вкачана. Вы не видели здесь никого подозрительного? Например, женщину по имени Руби?
What? No, no one's suspicious around here.
She has not seen her, sire. 'Tis true.
Блин, про серость, кстати, знает Руби, поэтому я думаю, возможно, она нам еще расскажет про это. Или я что-то путаю. По-моему, что-то такое было там. Или мне надо еще изучить эту книгу, которую я купил. Ладно, не буду мешать вам. Техника, мне нужна техника. Ладно, прощай. Так, что я могу технику? Что для техники надеть на себя? А тут вообще +2 техника. Ничего у меня особо нет, кстати. Все равно низкие шансы. Ох ты, сумасшедший был звук.
Yeah! It was awesome and scary. Very hardcore. Too hardcore, in fact. I couldn't control it at all.
И что случилось?
It sucks up all the air in the mix until it's the only thing left. Starts compressing itself and everything around it. Completely fills up the headspace. Extreme.
Что если это и есть решение для микса Ванейка? Мы могли бы использовать этот звук в качестве баса.
But how?
What about the compressor? The one with the spiky hair was setting up to achieve some sort of parallel processing.
Так, погоди-ка. Или давай попробуем. Давай попробуем так. Натиск звука можно усмирить. Найди связь. Попробуем на удачу.
Sidechain the beat.
Дополнительный канал? Что это еще такое?
Listen, you can use the compressor to select between which track it's compressing. Either the auxiliary signal or the main input from the tape. Make it alternate between the signals. The compressor controls the gain based on the level of the signal on the aux sidechain input. It will allow maintaining a loud sound without peaks that fill up all the headspace.
Ладно, эй, тебе нужно задействовать дополнительный канал.
Sidechaining it, you said?
Then he puts on his headphones and his eyes go wide, wider than they've ever gone on drugs. He starts jumping up and down with bliss, in total silence, still listening to his headphones.
Hey, what did you do to Egghead Cop Man? Did you break him?
Просто подожди и увидишь.
Are you ready, pussy?
Noid straightens his back, ready for the beat.
I was born ready, Egg.
Показать ему большой палец.
The audio assault is glorious. The speed freak dances on the stage, intensely waving his hand in the air.
This is beauty! This is life!
What in the world is going on? The way melody and bass flow together, it's unnatural.
Your body is taking a beating from the low frequencies crashing over you. It's making you feel alive again.
Мы укоротили звук, подчинили его себе.
God damn it. This dance club idea might just work out.
DeLorean Church! The place to be! Pump it! Pump it!
Ладно, прощай, камон. А тут что мне надо с этим типом?
Oh, hey, man. It's good to see you.
8%. Ладно, пока что.
Goodbye, officer.
Ойк.
Yo, man. What's on your mind?
Концептуализация 28%. Удачи, Новик. Цель.
Welcome back.
Эмпатия. Скорость реакции. Здесь не появлялась рыжеволосая женщина?
No,
Just no?
it's pretty desolate here. I only hear the dogs bark at night and see the shadows move down the coast.
Это хорошо, значит, соседи не будут жаловаться на шум, когда вы откроете свой ночной клуб.
Exactly. It's our chance to turn the grim desolation into an overwhelmingly fun dance party.
Эмпатия, скорость реакции. Блин. Ладно, у меня все. Концептуализация, эмпатия, скорость реакции. Блин, все это нужно мне. Ну что у меня есть? Концептуализация у меня есть, да. Скорость реакции есть. Концептуализация. Скорость реакции. Эквилибристика -1. Эквилибристика +1 есть. Эквилибристика. Скорость реакции.
Welcome back.
Равные шансы. Можно попробовать, это белая проверка, так что...
O pasaro de agint. It flutters by your ear. It's what the Zemoyaki, the Gradian community in Revachol, call a person who never breaks under interrogation. It's an organized crime term.
O pasaro de ari argint. Argint?
Excuse me?
She's attempting to remain calm, but the phrase made her flinch.
Я вспомнил, говорю. Это словцо «земель» обозначает тех, кто не раскалывается на допросе. Сленг организованной преступности.
What do you mean?
Серебристая мухоловка.
All right. My father was a Zemyaki. He died years ago. He was a bad man. Not a lot of good things to say about him and what he did. He bought the family a huge house, so we got to live, at least temporarily, in a giant castle in Jamrock. And then he died.
И что потом?
What do you think? The competition came and took everything away. It was like in a war zone. So after his death, we had nothing left, and we were in danger. My mother had to change her name, mine too. We left it all behind.
Уверена? А как насчет вашего плана о нарколаборатории?
It was a stupid idea, and I'm still disappointed I came up with it.
Aren't there any local authorities who might look down on such activities?
I took that into account, of course. Coordinated the operation with the débardeurs, else they might get unhappy.
То есть ты хочешь сказать, что Эврар дал на это добро?
Not in person, but I let them know. You can't do anything without the fat ones getting wind. It wasn't too difficult to convince them, really. It's a good thing you ended that mess, though. I felt I was turning Dadwise into a corrupt business person. Unpleasant.
Come on, this is all fine. But you don't have anything on Everard now. That's not how these things work.
Мы должны потребовать у Эврара объяснений. Возможно, эта информация поможет нам надавить на него.
No, I don't think it would lead anywhere with Everard. He's just going to deny it.
Yeah. Have you seen Everett?
Конечно. Ладно, пока что у меня все.
You see a once bright mural towering above you. The signage has peeled off over the years, but you can still make out Feld Electrical R&D. A slogan used to intertwine with the loops a long time ago. Now, only a shadow of peeled letters remains. It says, "Tomorrow is just a whisper away."
Подойти ближе.
Above the mural, a collapsed roof, broken windows set in walls that are cracking and will soon also fall, and the coastal breeze rustling and sighing in the remains of the edifice. There's something in the wind. Sometimes the only way to go forward is to fail first.
Почему у меня такое чувство, будто это место мне знакомо?
Indeed, somehow you knew it was here. An urban ruin, gutted by looters that once used to consume money and dispense warmth and light.
Может, Руби здесь?
In there? She could. Or she could be in the identical room over there. Or in that boat shack. In that church tower, maybe.
92%. Слушать ветер.
Even though you're sure you succeeded, all is quiet. There is no cold hand brushing against your forehead. No rustle in the reeds. The wind has died down. The ruin in front of you is silent as a tomb.
Чего я вообще пытался добиться?
Trying to talk to the wind, the city, whatever you thought would happen, did not. And now you're just standing there with your hands fallen to your side.
Почему? У меня же получилось там. Там же был успех, да? Да, успех был. Если она может быть где угодно, как мы ее найдем?
How do we? I was really hoping she'd be in the village. Okay. She's probably north of the village, and this place is a peninsula. We already scanned most of the outdoor areas on our wild cryptid hunt, so we have an understanding of the geography, at least. And then there's the church. We've already searched that and can rule it out. I know it doesn't feel like progress, but exclusion is a step too. Anyway, we do it the old-fashioned way, sector by sector. Go over the whole peninsula, ask the locals, enter the places where we can enter first, like we did in the village.
А если не получится? Если мы ее не найдем?
Then, if we're desperate, we can look where we can't enter. Bunkers, storm drainage, this place. I'm sure it won't come to that.
Walk the coast, the old boardwalk, the reeds. You can always come back here and talk to the wind again. Look where it already got you. An adventure awaits. An adventure on the windswept urban coast.
В смысле? Ну ладно. Или снова послушать ветер. Ладно, пока что пойдем.
Hello again.
Я разыскиваю подозреваемого. Не видели здесь кого-нибудь подозрительного?
No, I'm afraid I can't help you with this one, officer. It's just a regular day off for me and Mikhail here.
So you haven't seen anyone around?
No, I'm sorry. As I said, this is just a day off. We just arrived anyway.
Ага, конечно. Давно тут стоите, я видел вас. Мы
There's
уже
something
общались
friendly and
вчера.
familiar in how he says that. A day off. He's telling the truth. He hasn't seen anyone.
Ладно. Не хотите, как хотите. Так, поищите Руби на побережье. Давай обойдем все тут. Мне предлагают обойти все, что только возможно. Тут ничего нет. Никого, ничего. Туда нельзя пройти. Меня не пускают туда. Вот это что я могу сделать с этим?
A scattering of bullet holes is spread across the cracked wall, reaching from one corner to the other.
Визуальный анализ. Низкие шансы. Погоди-ка. Отойдем на секундочку. Я же наверняка смогу что-нибудь подобрать. Все. Что за прикид, блин? Конечно, можно еще что-нибудь принять для этого. Сигареты покурить. Например.
A scattering of bullet holes is spread across the cracked wall, reaching from one corner to the other.
Ну, попробуем. Шансы неплохие. Почему их так много?
Unable to piece together the big picture just now. There's a hole in their hypothesis.
Я тупой.
The scattering of bullet holes looks like one giant smiling mouth, smiling its deadly smile, laughing at you, and the world, and the living.
Отойти. Блин. Это тоже не было доступно раньше. Дверь, здание, укромное место. Может зачинщиться здесь, внутри? Пройти мы туда не можем, да? Тем не менее.
There's no way the perp is in here, officer. Look how scarred the boards are. All attempts to pry them off have failed.
А я могу попытаться туда попасть?
Not this time. The opposition is insurmountable, but I like the spirit. Have some points. It's lonely and cold without points.
Ким, думаешь, она там?
The suspect? God, I hope not. I can't see a way in, though many have tried.
Тогда больше тут нечего делать. Блин, ну вот с этим, конечно, обидно было. Я мог бы покурить сигаретки, чтобы это увеличить шансы.
The scattering of bullet holes is spread across the cracked wall, reaching from one corner to the other.
Визуальный анализ. Да.
Why does art inspire you so much?
Вдохновлять-то вдохновляет. Да что вообще такое искусство?
Excellent question. Art is a diverse range of visual, literary, auditory, and performative creativity. It's an expression of imagination and technical skill. Additionally, it's history, criticism, and pure enjoyment. In short, art is the highest form of human communication, representation, narrative, emotion, and agency intertwined.
Я смог бы стать частью мира искусства? Ну, то есть...
Have you looked in the mirror lately? To be honest, you have the exact features of the modern artist, with that wild hair and those clothes. Perhaps you should try to write poetry someday and critique architecture.
Погоди-ка, архитектура что, тоже искусство?
Of course not. It's autism, box drawing, masturbation with a ruler and a sextant or whatever they use. You should demean and criticize the genteel institution of architecture while extolling the virtues of the pure arts.
Пожалуй, в последнее время я и правда настроен критически.
Yes, you seek substance. No vapid representations and reproductions of social mores as made manifest in stuffy biennials. We're talking real, living art here. Become the art cop. Half art critic, half cop.
Стоп, а разве я не должен быть копом на все 100%? Мне же дело надо раскрыть, все такое.
Quit being so indecisive. What are you going for here? Some kind of indecisive and camp aesthetic now? Strike a bold shape here. Go art or go home.
Ладно. Если, чтобы спастись от рутины, надо стать наполовину художественным критиком, так тому и быть.
Exactly. It's not only your duty to only catch the criminals off the street. You must also apprehend criminals of the printing press and the gallery, the trite and derivative artists and writers of the world. Go ahead and provide savage criticisms, art cop. The world is yours to rip to pieces and reassemble.
Да, мысль появилась, но не знаю, блин, мне что-то... Стоит ли ее активировать? Но будет... Неизвестно, что будет. Ладно, пойдем пока. Я не знаю, я думал вот это... проверку эту пройти, но подумал, а так ли оно мне надо, чтобы сейчас вкачивать очко восприятия. Хотя, блин, я курил сигареты и уже у меня хп мало из-за этого стало. Надеюсь, я не умру. Мне сказали попробовать до пирса дойти, там может что-то есть. Тут ничего нет.
Yes?
Хочу поговорить о тебе.
Me?
О тебе.
I don't see how my life is pertinent to the investigation.
Нам будет проще работать, если мы наладим отношения.
That's a fair point. All right, for the good of the investigation, what do you want to know?
Ты не похож на других людей в округе.
That's because I'm half Seolite, or quarter. My father's father was from Seoul. So was my grandmother, but from my mother's side. It's not an interesting topic.
Что такое соль?
It's a part of the world, officer. A geopolitical entity and a geographic division. I told you it wouldn't be interesting.
Это ты просто рассказываешь скучно, а я хочу узнать о соли побольше.
You're barking up the wrong tree. I don't speak a word of Seolite. I've never met either one of my grandparents, and I've never been to Seoul. I'm a regular Revacholière.
Ладно. На тебе очки.
That's correct.
You feel a slight urge to put the lieutenant down for this, but you can't quite muster enough testosterone.
Да. Просто заметил.
I guess you don't need glasses, then.
Расскажи о себе какую-нибудь тайну.
No.
Ну, расскажи.
Your brain sends the signal to your lips, but they refuse the order. Something is paralyzing them. You're pretty sure it has something to do with the lieutenant's eyebrow. It's like you're locked down.
Что со мной происходит?
Something the matter, detective?
What's going on? It's like you're a puppet in his hands.
Ладно, сдаемся. В смысле?
The lieutenant relaxes his eyebrow, and you seem to regain control of yourself.
А ты разговариваешь сам с... Что так громко стало? А ты разговариваешь с самим собой?
What do you mean?
Почему так громко стало, блин, резко? Ну, когда думаешь, у тебя бывают как такие типа диалоги с собственным мозгом?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
The lieutenant's conceptualization skills must be rather rudimental. The lieutenant is a police officer of the old school. His concerns are material and
Я не знаю,
extrinsic.
какой-то баг. Музыка стала дико орать.
But this isn't an old school case.
Понял. Ты из олдскульных детективов.
So what? That makes you the new school? God spare us. For real detective work, nothing beats a good notebook by your side.
The lieutenant produces his small blue notebook and idly thumbs through a few pages. We all have our different mediums. His is written. You're super lucid, yet psychedelic. You don't need office supplies to connect to the umbrella system. You're special.
Овса.
Good. Let's change the subject.
Чего ты так орешь, я не понял вообще. О, хера. Блин, мы в опасности, потому что у меня всего лишь одна полоска ХП. Опа, опа. Этого не было раньше. А, просто монет. Что тут нужно? Грубая сила?
Worn by
Техника.
elements, guards the depot. The wind has blown a sand dune in front of it. The door hasn't been opened in a long while. You see a handle.
Ладно. А чё у нас с техникой, блин? Каковы мои шансы вообще? Что-нибудь. А технику я, кстати, да. А, я только сейчас это же. И камон, там тоже нужна была техника, но у меня ничего нет, по сути. Вот эти даже не штаны, только перчатки и все. Надо вкачивать ее, судя по всему. Может, она на маяке, кстати говоря. А, это не маяк, а что это? Нет, маяк. Или не маяк. Ну, тут, в общем, никого нет. Блин. Так ее реально найти вообще или нет? В церкви я уже спрашивал. Может, вы знаете?
Religion is it? You know the drill. Smoke up, pilsner up, buy the beautiful bottle of blue spirits. It's magic.
Пока ничего не надо.
Tequila sunset.
Не встречал здесь в последнее время рыжеволосую женщину по имени Руби?
Can't really remember seeing any women after losing my keys.
It's a touchy topic. He hasn't got laid in ages. He really has no idea who this Ruby is, sire.
Кажется, ты неплохо умеешь рассказывать истории. Поделишься еще одной как-нибудь?
Whoop-de-doo. So now I'm a fucking storyteller. Right, why not? Better than a beach bum.
Так, не хочешь рассказать, почему тебя прозвали дурак от роду? Так. Дурак от роду? Нет, видимо, от роду. Дурак от роду так.
It depends, really. Are you willing to help me out?
The gleam in his eyes and the slouch in his posture is so incredibly familiar. You might get scammed here.
Чувствую, мне это дорого обойдется.
No, the reality of the situation requires a rather modest contribution. A little motivational package.
Ты выпить хочешь, да?
I don't want it, man. I need it. Can't tell stories without it. Dry stories are boring, see? So, have you got anything for good old idiot Doom Spiral? A bottle for a story. Seems fair to me.
А у меня есть красный командор, сладкое.
Classy.
Hey, Spiral Boy, you gonna share that?
Shut up, guys. I'm telling a story here. Something happened to you. Something happened to me, too. My actual name is George, but around here, you already know. I was once a reasonably high net worth individual, a founder/junior partner at a high-concept creative services agency. When my story begins, I had just landed a major contract with an insurance firm.
Продолжай.
I used the profits from my agency to finance what I called a cultural incubator. Abstract value generation, value per person, high-concept stuff. I developed the paradigm, worked within the paradigm, but the burden of leadership weighed heavily on me. So I went jogging every so often to keep myself sane.
Погоди, сколько человек на тебя работало?
22 full-time employees, an all-star team, a potentially historical set of individuals. Worrying about them often kept me up well into the morning hours.
И бег помогал?
It did. With my trusty Sansaric tracksuit, I felt like I could conquer the world. But now dreams are worn thin, much like my tracksuit.
Что случилось?
One day I left on my evening run. As you may know, it's impossible to clear your head when you're distracted by the sound of keys jangling in your pockets.
His eyes are clouded, his dilated blood vessels encircling his irises like stinging brambles. His eyes are your eyes.
So I removed the key ring and put the keys for the front gate and the apartment into different pockets to stop the jangling, you see. At least, that was the plan. I was halfway done with my usual lap when it started to rain. The reality situation became very wet, very quickly.
Насколько мокрый?
Wet, okay? It was raining really hard. I made my way back home and discovered that I didn't have the key to the front gate. I'd mixed it up with the key to the letterbox, which was useless. Naturally, the situation required me to climb over the gate, which I did. There was no climbing down because I slipped and landed on my ass.
Ух.
Ouch, indeed. Reality was looking rather grim just then. Me lying on my ass in a mud pit in the middle of a heavy shower. But when life knocked me down, I always got up. So I made my way across the yard. Standing in front of my apartment door, fumbling with my pockets, I realized that I'd also forgotten my apartment key.
Да ты, должно быть, издеваешься.
I wish I were, Tequila. I wish I were. Instead of my apartment key, I'd taken the key to the office.
Так, и что случилось дальше?
I rang my neighbor's buzzers. It was late, and most of them didn't even answer. Those who did assumed I was trying to sell them something and hung up before I could even explain the situation. People are naturally wary of ad men, you see. One moment someone chats you up, 5 minutes later you've bought a box of edible lingerie and a strap-on. I don't begrudge them, especially since I was known to be one of the best. Just then, I experienced a moment of clarity. I still had the key to my office. I could wait out the storm there. But when I reached my office, I remembered that I'd asked one of my producers to change the locks that day. And since I hired only the best, he'd already done it, and I couldn't get in. Anyway, long story short, life spiraled out of control. I haven't gotten into my apartment for years, and my girlfriend left me because she didn't want to date a homeless man. The company, well, you see where I'm going with this.
В смысле, ты просто не мог открыть дверь домой и все? Стал бомжевать?
He pinches his thigh as if to check whether this reality is the reality.
So, now you've heard my tragic tale. What do you think? Like nothing you've ever heard, huh?
Погоди, это все? Такое чувство, что ты что-то пропустил.
Tequila, I've thought about this series of events for a long time. If there was anything else to it, I would have thought of it by now.
Why didn't you go to the authorities?
Well, at one point they came to me, but, you know, I didn't have any ID on me, so they tossed me in jail for 2 days. I can't say it increased my faith in the RCM. No offense, gentlemen.
Ты ведь понимаешь, что сам виноват?
I don't remember you being such a dick before, Tequila. That doesn't mean you're wrong, though. Anyway, that was all the tale one bottle gets you. Almost empty, this one.
Почему ты постоянно все теряешь?
Good fucking question, Tequila. If I knew the answer, you think I'd be hanging out on a beach in this formerly premium but now extremely dirty 2-piece lycra tracksuit? I used to own my reality situation. My business buddies and I had our own creative services agency. I had a nice apartment, an even nicer piece of ass. But somehow it all got away from me. Now I can't hang on to anything. Just last week I stole this nice new jacket, but then I lost it too. The only things I haven't lost are these 2 drunks.
A lost jacket. Sounds like a mystery you could look into.
Что там по поводу потерянной куртки?
Tequila, it's a verifiable tragedy. It was practically brand new. Sure, it didn't really go with my lycra threads, but it did itch a lot less. Say, you're a detective, right? Maybe you can help old Doom Spiral out. Solve the case of the missing jacket. What do you say, Tequila?
Ты говоришь вот об этой куртке, которую я нашел на пирсе и с дуру почистил?
Nah, this isn't it. Found? That's medium concept stuff. Totally not my style.
То есть ты хочешь сказать, что где-то есть еще одна потерянная куртка?
It's a big world out there, Tequila. A lot of lost jackets in it. Don't know why you'd think this could possibly be mine.
Hey, Doom Spiral. Ain't that the jacket you stole the other week?
Not on your fucking life, Rosemary. What's wrong with you people? Like I'd be caught dead wearing faun, like some low-concept bicycle courier. Tell you what, Tequila. Why don't you just hang on to that one? I'll get another jacket. Someday.
At least you got a nice jacket for your troubles.
Ладно, увидимся.
Okay, let's step aside for a second. I have something I want to talk about.
Что?
I've been meaning to have a little chat with you about your sense of style.
О моем стиле? А что с ним не так?
For starters, you are dressed like an old fascist. Is that really appropriate?
Это не совсем то, чего я хотел добиться.
Then maybe you should change your look. You know the expression, the clothes make the man? The right outfit in the right situation can make all the difference in the world.
Ну ладно, ты вроде следишь за модой. Будем с тобой стильными корешами.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves, detective.
A warm smile.
Anyway, we should probably get back to the case. Let's go.
Так. Руби я пока не нашел. Я думал, что уже поговорю с ней на этом за сегодня. Но я ее так и не нашел. Может, она в том бункере, блин, я не знаю. Что больше негде. Либо в церкви еще раз посмотреть. Тем не менее, нам надо на сегодня заканчивать. Я постараюсь продолжить завтра. Вот. Ну, квесты всякие выполняем, так что не то, что мы стоим на месте, но хотелось бы, конечно, по сюжету побыстрее продвигаться. Ну ладно, ладно. Я говорил, что я постараюсь завершить все квесты, или практически все, так что не будем особо спешить. Вот. Пишите советы, комментарии. Всем спасибо, всем пока.